So, to start, this is the first film that's in a new kind of multi-year creative partnership that you and Tyler Perry have struck up with Netflix to create these faith-based films, for the streaming service, which is super exciting. Can you tell me a little bit about how the two of you kind of decided to start with adapting the Book of Ruth? Like, what was it about this chapter of the Bible that made you guys wanted to turn it into your first movie as part of this partnership?
It was organic. It was a very organic thing. I've been studying the Book of Ruth, and it really, to me, said a lot about what it means to be single, and for her to be committed to service. And as a part of that commitment to service, she then was blessed with the opportunity to find love again, and that really spoke to me. And we had just signed the deal, Tyler Perry and I, and we were talking about what should the first movie be. And I said, "Hey, man, I don't think there's ever been a modern version of the story of Ruth and Boaz." And he was like, "That's cool." He said, "I don't think there has been either." And we just started from there. And I worked with two writers that I had worked with before, Mike Elliott and Corey Tynan, and we just started developing the story, and it just started to tell itself. And so it was a very organic process, and I'm so proud of the movie and how it's come out, and it just has turned out to be the right first perfect film for Tyler Perry and I to do together.
Sure, totally. And I was going to say the same thing. I mean, everyone knows like the big Bible stories like Noah's Ark or anything. You could have started there. But I thought starting with Ruth was really a cool idea because, I mean, not everyone knows the story as well.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see you kind of guys adapt in this way.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's the cool part about the movie. Those that know of the story, great. But the movie doesn't even require you to know of the story. You are going to watch the film, and you might get curious, like, oh, well, where did this come from? And then you start to do your own research. So I love that this film can operate in both ways. For those that know it, they come to see it and appreciate it, and those that don't know it, discover it along the way.
Sure, totally. And there's a lot of reasons why I think the movie works, but I think one of the main one is just you found two such good leads. I mean, Soraya and Tyler, they took the reins and they really led this movie. I was kind of blown away by the performance. So can you just tell me a little bit kind of about the processing or the process of casting them and kind of what you thought they would bring to the table and then kind of how you felt they ultimately did?
Yeah, our casting director was Leah Daniels Butler, and she does all my films, and she's amazing. And we just started a process. I believe that if you commit to the process will always take you where you need to be. And so when it came to casting, we put the word out. We auditioned over 100 Ruths, over 100 Boazes. And during the process, I had done a TV series with Soraya a few years ago, and I reached out to her and I said, "Hey, could you please come in and audition for this? I think this could be your movie." And she was like, at first she was like, "Well, I don't want to do another music-driven project." I said, "I know you don't." I said, "But trust me, this is the one you're going to want to do." And so she came in, she auditioned, and it was very evident that she just had all the things that we were looking for with Ruth. And then with Boaz, we were down the road with a handful of different guys for that part. And at the 11th hour, Tyler Lepley sent in a self-tape. And when we watched the tape, we said, well, there's Boaz. I mean, it was unbelievable to be able to see that level of chemistry just on a self-tape. And then we brought them in for a, chemistry read, and they just knocked it out of the park. And from the moment that they came on screen, we knew that they were going to be the right Ruth and Boaz. And when you see the film as you have, you realize that they are.
Oh, sure, sure. I think it totally works. And again, I think they're just great together. The chemistry, you can tell it's there.
Yeah.
But so now that Ruth and Boaz is done, it's coming out in the next couple weeks. Is there anything that you can say or tease about kind of what comes next for this deal with Netflix as far as making more of these faith-based movies, or are you tight-lipped at this point?
I'm tight-lipped at this point. I want to say, but I can't say yet. But stay tuned. We will be making a major announcement about what our second film will be and who will be in it. Very excited about it. And I think it's going to be one of those movies that will uplift and inspire anyone who sees it.